Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today we're doing a full face of cream makeup products for any skin type. If you're new to my channel, a very special welcome to you. I hope you will consider subscribing today if you like what you see. It's free, it's easy, and it helps you find my videos Tuesday through Friday when I upload. And today's video, it kind of came to me when I was talking about some cream products recently on my channel, and a few of you were surprised when I said I always apply my cream products over powder, as in I powder my face and then I apply cream, blush, bronzer, highlight, what have you, and then I put a light layer of powder over top of the cream products when I'm done. So today I thought I'd demonstrate that for you, as well as a all cream eyeshadow look. If you like what you see, you too can use cream products. If you've ever thought, no way, I'm too greasy, I don't need to add any grease or cream or anything to my face, this video is for you. If you've ever counted yourself out because you have to powder your face or you forget to use the cream products before you powder your face, I think it's totally fine. I've never had an issue, so I'm going to go through it step by step today, talk about the products and the skincare and everything that I use and why. So let's get into it right now. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on the face. The skincare I use today, which is also important, is the Clinique, what do you call it? Moisture Surge Eye 96 Hour Hydro Filler Concentrate. Very interesting. Little sample, I'm just trying to work through it. It's pretty hydrating though. And then I went in with my Derma E Vitamin C Concentrated Serum with Hyaluronic Acid. Just my go-to serum right now. It's new to me. And then I of course went in with my Cotz Face Moisture Lightly Tinted Sunscreen SPF 35. And this I'm using as my primer. If your sunscreen is not like this one that functions as kind of a silicone primer to protect your skin and slightly mattify, that might be something that you want to do if you are in the combo to oily skin category, but this works for me. And then I went in with my Missha BB creams. The number 23 shade that I've been using all along is definitely a little light for me right now, so I did go ahead and pick up a darker shade, which is number 27. So I used like a little bit of this with like a half a pump of this and combined them. And again, this is a lightweight, long-lasting foundation product for me, and that's what you're looking for if you're looking for a cream product routine that works for combo to oily skin. All of these things are also going to work on normal to dry skin in my humble opinion, but I did go ahead and apply these. And then I went in with my favorite concealer right now, which is the Glossier Stretch Concealer. I have mine in this shade G10. I really hope I don't have to buy a darker shade, but if I do, this is $18, which honestly, when you think about NYX's prices and Pixie prices and stuff like that, isn't too astronomical in terms of like drugstore pricing. And now we are to the powder. So what you're really looking for in a powder for this type of application is a very thin, finely milled powder. If you have something that's labeled finishing powder, that would work beautifully. I'm going to use the Hourglass Veil Translucent powder because this is the most lightweight powder that I own currently. And so don't feel like you need this one though. And I also will tell you that if you don't have something that's sort of labeled like finishing powder, or you just have like your regular standard pressed powder, you can still use that. But what I would recommend is to go in with a wet sponge after you apply the powder very lightly, as I'm going to show you in a moment, and then take and press the powder into your skin as well as pick up any excess powder. I'm first going to start with my ring finger and set under my under eye. This is not new. This is how I always apply my setting powder. under my eyes. One thing that really helps me out is to use a fluffy powder brush versus something that's very dense and packed with bristles like this. I like this for buffing powder into my skin, but that's not what we're doing today. We're going to do like a veil of powder sandwich, if you will. I'm just going to pick up the powder and just lightly fluff this on my face. I kind of start out by almost like stippling the powder on or pressing it into the skin, and then once I have it all on my face, I'll sort of go through and buff and fluff any extra powder away. The old buff and fluff. Oh, I'm in such a weird but good mood today, so I'm very thankful for that. This powder you're going to see really doesn't do much in terms of taking away the glow or anything like that. This is just going to help give us a really nice base to hold on to our cream products, and that's what the powder sandwich is all about. I think so many people count themselves out for cream products because it doesn't work for them, or they know that they have combo oily skin and assume that cream products are not going to be for them. And I think, regardless of what other booty gurus say, that couldn't be farther from the truth. I don't feel at this point like I need to go in with the sponge and tap out any powder, but like I said, if what you have is a pretty standard pressed powder or loose powder, and you feel like it looks powdery once you apply it to the skin, you got too much, what have you, then go ahead and press over your powder with your sponge. Next is bronzer, and you're gonna see here that I like to apply my cream products in different ways. That's just something that's going to happen. This is my Milk Matte Bronzer Stick in the shade Baked, everybody's favorite. For this, I'm gonna use the sponge, and this is just how I prefer to do it. I pick it up on the butt of my sponge until it looks nice and dirty, and then I come in and start applying this where I would normally apply bronzer. And you can see here why this may or may not be my favorite bronzer. This is quite yellow to me, and while it goes on and it ends up looking fine, I just don't know as if this is always going to be my favorite bronzer, unless they would come out with different colors, in which I would still be hesitant, because then this would go to waste for sure, and I definitely want to get some use out of it. So like I said, try different ways. If you don't end up with this or don't have this specific, look how orange that looks. Ugh. If you don't end up with this specific product or don't have this specific product, whatever you're using, you're just going to kind of have to get to know the product and what you like in applying it. Try different tools, try your sponge, try different brushes, try your phalanges when it comes to things. I don't ever use my fingers for bronzer usually, unless I apply a little on my nose there. But you know, just try different things with cream products, because it is a learning curve. So it does blend in nicely, and I'm cool with that, but make sure we get the chins. Make sure you go over your ear and down the jaw, all the places you would powder bronze. How convenient. And then I definitely have been doing the ever popular bridge of the nose, and kind of like in a W shape here, because my tan, if I get one, doesn't stop right here, and this is white. So once I'm mostly done blending over here, I work it up toward the bridge of the nose, and I try to fade it a little bit around the eyes as well, because as you can see, I almost have like reverse raccoon eyes. So just keep up, you know, keep that in mind. Most of the time when I'm using cream products, I like to put my highlight on after my bronzer, before my blush, and then have the blush kind of come on top. I think it looks more natural that way versus having that sort of, not a stripe of highlighter because it'll be blended, but you get the point. So one that I really haven't used all that much in my collection that I wanted to play with today is actually more of a liquid, but it's the Ilia Liquid Light Serum Highlighter. This is in the shade Nova, and I just got a little like deluxe sample size of it, and this is all I'll ever need, I'm sure of it, because it has a little pump and a little bit goes a long way. I'm gonna attempt to pick this up with my sponge and apply it that way. Because it's liquid, it does kind of set down a little faster than like a cream highlighter would. So I would definitely, if you're new to creams, suggest sticking with a actual cream highlighter, like a stick highlighter. I love the ColourPop highlighter sticks. Specifically, I have the shade Earth, which is like a pinky champagne color, and those are really beautiful and they're super easy to work with. I have used them in other videos for sure. In fact, it was in my Shop My Stash for the things that I would immediately repurchase. For blush, I'm going to use the Ulta Lip and Cheek Color Stick. This is in the shade Punchy. It's a really pretty glowy blush stick, and again, use whatever you have or whatever is in your price range. Again, the ColourPop sticks are really wonderful. They're $8. L'Oreal, a lot of brands from the drugstore have these. Unfortunately, these specific sticks are discontinued from Ulta. They love to discontinue stuff. So I go ahead and I pick this up, and then I'm just going to press this onto my cheeks. I like the apple of my cheek to have the most color, and so I start there. But however you would normally apply a powder blush is how you should apply your cream blush or your liquid blush. And this is such a pretty color, I can't not use it on my channel. Look at that glow. This is the e.l.f. I never remember the name for it, but it's a 105 brush. I'll put the name on the screen here, and I just apply it like this. Just dabbing motions is what you're looking for. It helps to really press it in the skin, and you can definitely, I mean, you can apply this with your finger. In fact, I'll show you that. I'm going to take a little of this on my ring finger right here, and just put that right on the tippy top inner part of the apples of my cheek, where I like the most pigment to be. I know I have full cheeks, and I don't care. I like it, and I like blush. To me, it's just more real estate where you can apply blush. And a little blendy blend with the bronzer part of my sponge, and we are ready to add the top layer to our sandwich. Now, it's up to you, and depending on the products, I don't feel any tackiness, so it's up to you, and depending on the products you use, as well as how oily you are, or what your skin type is rather, you can add powder, or you can just use what's already on your brush. I promise you, there's still powder on your brush. You don't get it all on your face when you use it. I'm gonna try with just the powder on my brush and see what we're looking like, but we're just taking and dabbing what's already on the brush over the cream products that we added. So 2 cream eyeshadows today, and that is it. I have so much crap on my desk right now, if you could see. One is luxury and one is drugstore. The first one is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize cream shadow in the shade Marie Antoinette. This is a beautiful like cross between a taupe and a bronze, and it's life. It's my go-to cream shadow. And then the other one is from Revlon. This is the ColorStay Creme Shadow 735 Pistachio. These are a little bit harder to find, but I will link that for you because I was able to find the link. The Charlotte Tilbury, I just like to pick up on my finger here. Just pick up a little bit, and I start on the outer part of my eye and just work my way in. I bring mine all the way up to my crease, and then we will work on blending it a little bit further up. But for this one, I'm bringing it all the way in. I think I'm gonna try a cream halo eye today. So hopefully you can see that. Isn't that stunning? Just makes me sick. It's so good. Worth every penny to me. I've not ever experienced anything like this product. It's very moussey, but it does set down completely. Alright, so I've got it laid down on my lid there. I'm going to now take this little duo fiber brush. The darker bristles are shorter and these white bristles up here are fewer, less dense, and longer, obviously. And very lightly buff the edges of this cream shadow. Wet cat pressure, if you're not familiar with that term, the amount of pressure that you would approach a very wet, pissed off cat. You would tread lightly. I think you would. So I'm buffing this up just a little bit into the transition, and what's cool is it will definitely start looking like there's more than one color there when it's just one shade. And this is fuzz. This is the point where you want to sort of work on whatever shape is most flattering to your eye shape. And then I'm going to use the same shade on the lower lash line. I really love the way this looks. I'm going to use this very pointy pencil brush. Any pencil brush or lower lash brush that you would normally use would do. If you like more of that square, flat definer type brush, that will work too. Pick that up, start it on the very outer part of the eye, and then work it in as far as I want, which today I think will be all the way. And even kind of wrap this around the tear duct a little bit. Now going into the Revlon one, this is going to be, again, a little bit of a learning curve. I'm not as familiar with this one, but I do remember this has like a little built-in brush here in the lid. Just a, like, it looks like a flat shader brush, but it's very synthetic, slick, and flat. So I do remember this working better overall to apply this product, but I'm not for sure about over top of this one. What I'm going to do real quick is throw some tinted brow gel in my brows and kind of let this Charlotte Tilbury set down as much as possible before we go in with another cream shadow on top. Sorry about the plane. Alright, that's step one of my lazy brow routine. I just put a little Essence Make Me Brow in, and then I will finish off the brows at the end with my Patrick Ta Tinted Major Brow. Alright, so we are ready. The green is gonna be the Halo, allegedly. This is what it looks like. It's so pretty. It's pretty similar to my shirt. I wonder why. I really want to see if I can find a different brush than the little applicator. Found something similar with a longer handle, and here we go. I'm going to pick this up on a brush. Ooh, that's so pretty. And for Halo Eye, I like to look straight into my mirror, see where the black part, the pupil of my eye is, and start there. That's really pretty. I wonder if I could do this with my finger. I'm gonna try. I don't remember it working well before, but let's see. Oh yeah. So, and then I just work my way up, and then I start tapping it side to side to sort of blend. It's definitely there. It's just not as pow as I was hoping it would be. Maybe I just need to build it a little bit. Alright, so this is what we have. I'm going to go ahead and finish off the look. I'm going to do liner, mascara, finish the brows, throw on a lip, and then we will come back and sort of wrap this up in a neat little bow. Alright, we're back and I am finished. I forgot to say I was going to do the hair too. Hopefully you assumed that. I finished off the eyes with my Wet n Wild brown eyeliner. Everything will be listed below and or linked. I finished off the eyes with my BareMinerals Lashtopia. I love this mascara on the upper lashes, and my Milk Kush little sample guy here on the lower lashes. And then for lips, I went in, of course, with my Holy Grail MAC lip liner in Whirl, and this color on my lips is Bond Girl from Charlotte Tilbury. It's one of her Matte Revolution lipsticks. I could just do this all day. The more you apply, the better it gets. That being said, I kind of feel like I want just a titch more blush. So here it is. And again, I'm just going to take my little ring finger phalange, and you use whatever phalange you want if you want to try it like this, and just lightly dab this again on the fullest part of my cheek. You don't have to do this. I am just a fiend for blush. So there we go. Oh yeah. And then to top off that powder sandwich again, just taking my same brush, no additional product, and we're done. What do you think? I hope you guys learned something from this video. Whatever your skin tone or skin type, just play around with different textures. This one, while it's creamy, it definitely sets down. If you want to dabble in a few cream products, the ones that I would most recommend for beginners would first be the Super Shock Cheeks from ColourPop. These are cream to powder. So you're gonna get to play with and experience the pleasure of applying a cream blush and the ease and the blend and how natural it can look, but it's going to set down to a powder finish, and so that's gonna be really good for those with combo to oily skin. The other ones that I mentioned before that I recommend are the ColourPop Light and Blush Sticks. This is the shade Earth. I love this. Again, this sets down completely on my skin so it doesn't budge. And then this is the blush I have. It's called Aloha. It's a really beautiful, like terracotta orangey nude shade. And these are very similar to what I used today, so I would call those a good substitute. I'm sure this video is soups long, and hopefully I get it edited down, but thank you so much for joining me today for this video. I appreciate every single one of you that watches my videos so much. If you like what you see today and you're new here on my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, share with your friends, social media. Really helps me out here on the YouTube, and just so that my videos get suggested to more people and we can make more friends down in the comments. And with all of that said, I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful cream makeup days, and I will see you in my next video really soon.